So if your dream is to use the wood that you have off of your homestead, instead of it going to waste, you want to sawmill it and mill your own projects, make 2x4s, 2x6s, anything you want to do. It doesn't matter the size of your dream. If your dream is just to build a little dog house, something for your wife, a doll house for your daughter, or you want to build a whole house. We're at the point right now where we're ready on our next leg of our journey. Now, our journey is big, but we're going to introduce you because we just finished the carriage house and we want to give you an inside tour of what's going on. The little dog house for most guys. Sometimes you got to push through the corner. And I wanted to build a house from the wood. So everything is sourced from one of these spots. I mean, this is bolted in the materials and I believe that it's good. I want a whole 800 square foot. So whether your dreams are big or small, with a little grit and determination, you can build anything you want. Use the wood off your homestead that God gave you. It's just you, a sawmill, and a dream. And this is our dream. So let's go take a look. For most guys, this is their dream of building their own house on their own property for their family. And it has been my dream. Sometimes I come back here and this is where I get to work every day, which, you get by, you're like, I'm in the woods, I'm in the woods. This is such a peaceful atmosphere. I don't ever come up here and sit on a chair and just look. But now that we're done with this carriage house, I might be able to get some furniture out here, have my coffee and stuff like that. But this is not, my dream is not just here. This is built, we built this. This is going to be our guest house. And we have several other projects that I know that you guys, or most of you guys, have seen before in the past. And we have tried to teach everything that we did as we built this house along the way. Now, we started this project before my YouTube channel, so there might be a small glitch in the beginning, but we start from the timber frame. We actually have videos on, we have a whole series on this deck video. One of our first videos ever, was how we built this timber frame staircase. I wish we did that when we were a little bit more used to what was going on with YouTube. But there's a full tutorial on how to build that and what Jay and I had to go through. So part of the grit and determination is when things go bad, sometimes you got to push through the corner and make that lemon into lemonade, because that's exactly what's going to happen. And out the other side, something new will come and you have learned a lesson. But as we come up, this is really one of the reasons we picked this spot. It is close for me to get in here. We're off the lake. And I wanted to build a house that actually I could get all of the wood from an acre of property. And down here is where we took care of all of every log that's in this house, every piece of wood. You can still see the stumps down there and how much more clear that forest is. But that's where all the wood came from this house. We didn't source it. I didn't go all over the property. So everything we're going to show you today, inside and out, was milled on our mill from the trees from our property. And Jay and I just put it together.
Just
do
like
what
that.
we do. Just like that, Jay. For fun.
Just that
and we decided to show you along the way almost everything. How to make the white oak decking. How to do our rails. Our beautiful zero clearance rails. Fun. Fun, fun, fun. So let's go see what else we showed you. And one of my dreams about building my own house was to use all of the wood. I want to make every piece of wood, every piece of joinery, every little thing came from the wood from my property, and how we put it together and how we showed you the tongue and groove. Now, I did this in everybody says, oh, you can't have, you have too much wood. You have too much wood. I love wood. I love wood. I tried to remember last night of how many different species of wood off this one property Jason and I turned into a finished project. But all of the beams, the whole timber frame structure of this is made out of chestnut oak. It's priceless, to be honest with you. It's priceless. Try to look that up, what that would cost to build a house. So just that alone, just the savings in the frame alone, bought yourself a whole nother house of what it cost me to build this. Other than the grit, determination, I guess Jay's help.
And blood, sweat, and tears.
Blood, sweat, and tears. So we get back to it. I mean, if we look, we've done cedar, T and G. Not only did we do cedar, here's poplar, T and G. I want to keep showing around because I actually have hickory right here. And then up above, we have spalted oak. So everything was sourced off this property and cut, finished, dried right here. So the better part of 3 years, let's say. We have a lot of other projects going on other than this one, and we just finished this last week, putting the last caulking, finishing this up so we can get this behind us. But it has been a journey and a learning experience of what you can actually get from your property. And that's what this whole journey is learning every day something new. And this is why I try to teach you or show you how I'm doing it with the experience that we have. I mean, we've showed you in videos how to make your own farmhouse oak doors. I mean, this was our first countertop. Nothing in my place goes to waste. Every one of these blocks that you see here was a cut-off beam from this house. So we've used material that most people are going to throw away, put in their fireplace. We turned it into this beautiful countertop. It weighs only probably 9,000 pounds sitting on top of my timber frame. And by wanting to use all of the wood from the property, I wanted to use different wood. I mean, this is all spalted hickory. It's ambrosia beetle, and that's what we made the cabinets out of. Inside, and then the cutoffs of everything we have going on is chestnut oak cabinets. I mean, where are you getting 3/4 inch homemade chestnut oak cabinets? We have videos of how we made these cabinets, how the doors were made, and even the countertop. Even though this is our first epoxy job, we learned so much on it, and I love it.
A lot.
Quite frankly.
I love these cabinets, by the way. The ambrosia beetle stuff is amazing.
It is. And another wood species. As we'll go around, I'll find this is all cherry wood. I didn't have a lot of it, but it's beautiful. So now we've mixed cherry, hickory, spalted hickory, cedar, poplar, all in one room. I was able enough to get enough spalted hickory to do all of the trim for all the doors. So everything, as you think, is an old log. I cut these wet old logs, turned them into this beautiful, beautiful finished material. And this is the bedroom. You have big, ample closets.
Huge closets.
That my wife has not really filled up yet.
It's like a guest bedroom.
It is. We're just getting moved in. They just gave us the CO. And we're going to have our first guest here at some point, Jay.
Eventually.
It is. And it's a beautiful. Who would lock the door in a place like this?
That was me.
Who would lock the door in a place like this, Jay? There we go. Our first deck video from on top. We're standing on it now, probably 2.5 years later. But this is a beautiful place. Once I get my lumberyard cleaned up, my wife puts in the rest of her vegetation and her plant work and what she does around the house. This is going to be a beautiful, tranquil spot. Perfect for every morning coffee. Well, that's why I built it. Jack and Jill bathroom. Perfect for a small apartment or a one-family residence. And look at, again, with the wood, Dan. Again with the wood. The spalted. This is spalted red oak. We originally cut that, I think, for a picnic table for $1 million, but this is what I turned it into. I think it's still worth $1 million.
Sorry, Dr. Mike.
Sorry. And one of Jay's favorite things, tell me if I'm wrong,
nope,
is the live edge that we made. So all of the window material that we did, spalted hickory, used live edge, epoxy coated everything, just to match everything we've got going on. And I don't think this is the most, this is one of his favorites, but I know he has more, especially how it came out.
Yeah.
Cherry doors. Boom, cherry mirror cabinets. I'll open the other one. Maybe you could probably get a better. Look, they both go the same way. Who put those hinges on? So we've made all of the cabinets, used all the wood. This is considered in most people's a little scrap wood. I made mirror doors out of it. Again, Standard, this same cabinets that we've been building. Everything is perfect. I love it. Little bit of tile work, take care of the shower, commode, and plenty of storage. It's filled.
Yes, it is.
It's filled. And let's get to Jay's favorite.
Oh, yeah.
One of Jay's favorite, one of his favorite was the hickory flooring we made and getting to work with the hickory. Very hard wood, but I love the finish that it comes to. And I believe that he loves this because there were so many lessons learned from cutting the tree, storing the tree, drying the tree, straightening the tree, running it through our machine, then installing it. And once we got to the install, you could see the pain in everybody's eyes of putting down hardwood flooring. So I think that that's what makes these projects the best. And we did the whole entire house out of it. So we didn't just install it, then we got to sand it, and then we finished it. And I believe we showed every one of the steps that we took, and every piece of hickory here came right off that hill. So I don't know. I know that we love to make the T&G. We love our time in the shop. I love to make cabinets. We never do just, hey, we're cabinet makers, we're cabinet makers. No. Once a year, maybe once every other year, we got to make some cabinets. So always fun, learning something new, using the wood from your property. Everything, like I said, guys, everything was milled right from this property. And you could do it too. I don't want to say it's just that simple. It's time consuming and you need to do a little bit of stuff, but it is just that simple when you get to it. It's an addiction. It's a wood addiction. And I have it bad.
Yeah, that's healthier than a lot of other addictions. So.
So this turned out to be an 800 square foot, super comfy residence with 1,200 square foot of deck for your outdoor enjoyment pleasure.
With no chairs.
With no chairs. We'll bring your own chairs, Jay.
BYOC.
But just like the inside, the outside. We've used our Sawmill, made all of our lap siding with it, which is made out of poplar. Another tongue and groove throughout all of the soffit material that we made. So again, nothing has been purchased from the store. Do you think you bought that at the store? No. There's nothing more satisfying or satisfying to me than cutting down my own trees or taking a dead tree that fell over that's standing and building something with it. Cutting it, turning it into a project. And that's exactly what we did here. So it's not only the satisfaction of, hey, I got a house, I use my sawmill. There's something inside that just says, hey, I'm addicted to this. And we're going to just keep on building, Jay. I got a lot of trees.
We're going to be here a while.
So along with the upstairs, we have a 1,200 square foot garage down here. Now, I know it's not finished. There's always one project that I have that isn't finished, but we just finished cutting all the tongue and groove to finish the inside here. But right now, this is our shop because we're in the middle of building that giant timber frame barn up there where all the woodworking equipment will go. This will either store our cars, storage, or for guests. Something's going to go in here other than all this machinery that we have. But the same as upstairs, downstairs, chestnut oak, whole entire timber frame package. And this is what the beams are going to look like 4 years after they're hung, 3 years after they're hung. I believe these are here completely 3 years. A whole bunch of white oak flooring that was done eons ago. I do believe there was a video of that.
I can't remember anymore.
I can't remember. I actually have to go back to my videos, find out when it was filmed to know what did I do on that day. Because sometimes I just want to know. So you have a giant structure down below, beautiful house up top. For most people, this is their dream. And this would be the end of their dream. Well, this is just the start of mine. And this is what I needed so that we can actually build the final dream. After the barn, we're definitely going to get at building the lodge. And as we go along, we're going to show you all of the things that are going to happen in my final house. So you stick with us, and I guarantee that we're going to show you a bunch of stuff along the way, a lot more than we've already showed you, and we're going to have a great time doing it. So if you guys are thinking about building your own house, something similar to this, it is more than just, let's say, going into the woods and cutting some wood. Jay and I are the only two people that worked on this house from start to finish, from cutting the trees. The first trees off that property, look, Jay, flip around. Because right there is that spalted hickory old pile. They're there for 4+ years. When I need some good trim, I just grab a tree and we get it done.
I want to crack into that again.
I know. Nothing, if you store it right, nothing goes bad, nothing goes to waste. So you need to I say the grit and determination of this is what I want to do. If you're doing this for the first time or thinking about building something for the first time, we always say, hey, try something small. Make sure you love it, because that's going to be a labor of love for a little while. So if you're in love with the dream or the idea of building your own house out of wood, it's totally ascertainable, my friends. But you have to be the special person that really wants to get this done and wants to live in their own cabin that they built from their own hands. It means 10 times more than going to the store and buying vinyl siding because I could wash it off with Clorox Beach. This is wood. This is a labor of love, and you're going to be cherished for this for years.